Good evening, ladies and gents. I want us to look at this PSSD and 2 triangulation. PSSD and 2 triangulation. So unfortunately, I was not having the question paper, but some of you guys just sent me this one. So I could not even jot down the question, you understand? But with this, we can be able to, this actually it's a square to square. The top part of it, it's what is diagonal one. So it has got 1 2 3 4 square, 1 2 3 4, it's a square. So you have to what express the full development of this. So by using what XX, it's a joint. So the very first thing you have to do, you have to redraw the given views, and you must be able to see what they are saying to draw this using what a reduction scale, which is 1:10, using a reduction scale of 1:10. So let's go. So the very first thing that you have to do, draw the two primary views given, and there is always marks for that. That is why I normally encourage students, even if they are not quite sure about what they're about to draw in that particular question, but just to draw those given views, there will be marks allocated for you there. So the very first thing that you have to do, draw the top view. Remember this you'll be given them in orthographic projection. So means we can tell ukuthi this is top, this is front. Regardless of there will be always what a projection symbol. This is top, this is your front. So you must draw them according to what? To the scale of 1:1. So let's start. So the very first thing that you have to do then, draw the top view. Draw the top view. So if you double check here, they said from here till here is 250, from here till here 250, which means there was no even need for them to dimension this one, because we must know, the properties of a square, all the sides, they are equal, isn't it? So again, which means from there till there 250, but this 250 converted to what? To a scale of 1:10. Take your calculator. 250 divided by 10. How much are you getting? 25. Which means from here till there has 25, from there till there has to be 25. We are drawing what? The top view, this diagonal square. And how do you draw a diagonal square? You draw it like this, put your T-square like this, and we do not use this type of a set square. The 30 and 60 anti-clock and clock, we don't use this set square when we are drawing a diagonal square, but we use a 45. So which means this angle is angle 45 anti-clockwise and clockwise, like this. Like you see, I just drew a faint line, then again a faint line, then you take, remember we got how much? 25, isn't it? So you come, you measure. There's my 25. Again, here's my 25. Are we together? Then faint. So now without fear or favor, I'll know what here has to be dark or solid. Again here, solid. Are we together? So now what do we have to do? And if you double check here, there is a dimension. I would double check how much was the dimension here. I forgot to label. If you can double check this a smaller what you call a square. Okay, wait, I'm coming. This square it has got its own center, and again the bigger one, it has got its own center. So you must be very vigilant there. You must be very careful when you are drawing these centers. So now, without fear or favor, I can put a horizontal center here. Then the vertical center. Remember, how do we draw centers? Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. And these centers, they must be always what? Dark. They must be always solid. So from there, what do we do? Come to say from here till there, how much? 540 divide to a scale. 540 divided by 10. How much is 54? So 54 divided by 2. Divide by 2. So you are getting 27. So you are going to say, let me get an exact point here. Measure 27. There is 30, 25, 26, 27. This is 27. You must be very accurate. 27, come, mark here and mark there. So now I draw a faint line here. I draw a faint line there. So now what do we do? So now what do we do? So you get the length, the true length of this one from here till here. It's a length, isn't it? From here till here is going to be height. So for now we are still drawing the given view. So unfortunately I don't have the question with me. So I strike an arc here, so I can now draw dark here. Here you go. Strike an arc here. Draw dark here again. Then solid. So once we are there, now you can take your 30 millimeter ruler. Remember, we are using this kind of a ruler to join points. There you go. There you go. There you go. Go. Here you go. Right. So like this, your top view is complete. Your top view is complete, right? But remember your front view. So from there, what do we do? A front view. So the orthographic projection law, it says we have to always separate our views with 20 millimeter. The front view and the left view, they must be always separated with what? With a 20 millimeter. Even if you are doing sectional drawing in engineering drawing, even if you are doing like for instance in N1, if you are looking your projection or your what to call a view, you always have to separate your views with 20 millimeter. So which means from here till here going up, I measure 20 millimeter. Guys, if you've got question, you can ask Maybe if I'm too fast for you, you can also tell me. If I'm too slow for you again, I mean, no. So now from there, I draw a horizontal faint line. Remember, how do you draw a faint line? You hold your pencil at the end like this, and you pull your pencil when you're drawing. You don't push. But then when you want to have a solid line or a dark line, that's how you hold your pencil. And you even push it when you're drawing. But when you're drawing faint, you hold it here, then you pull. Now now construct it up faint, and here faint, and here faint, and here faint. Check. So the bottom part of your front view is solid, which means without fear or favor, you come to construct here. You see now, just look at the way I'm holding the pencil, which means I'm going to have a solid line. There you go. I'm even pushing it. So now check the height of your front view. The set is 500. 500 divided by 10, you are getting how much? 50. So there is my 50, there is my 0. Just mark there. You see. Then from there, what do you do? Faint for now. So now, without fear, let me fix my camera. Now, without fear or favor, you know, Oguchi, from here till there has to be dark. From here, solid, 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 and solid. So ladies and gentlemen, in the final examination, let's say you don't know how do you develop or how do you go about this problem. Just to draw those views, there will be marks allocated for you altogether. Okay, so now we are having a joint here, because they will say not XS is a joint. They will say hint XX is the joint altogether. So now let's go. The very first thing that you have to do, put your compass here at this point, further extend it to this point, go like this, from there, stop. Once it gets there, what is happening? It must go up. This one becomes your R, stand for your reference point. This one, your M stand for the median one. So the very important point that you have to do now, you must come to say, okay, this is my top view, this is my front view, which means if you are taking a look on your front view on this direction, on this direction, let me to my camera like this now, because we are going up. I'm saying this is your top view, this is your front view. When you are looking at this front view on this direction, you're going to see something of this nature. And this point is in line with this one. This one is in, which means indeed this is this upper part. So the bottom part is this lower one in our front view. Which means now I can come to say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. A1. Then after that, I decide to say this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. Remember the numbering. You can go clockwise, you can go anti-clockwise. They will never penalize you. It's up to you. But the numbering has to be consistent. If you are using alphabet, continue with alphabet. If you are using numbers, continue with numbers. If you are using Roman figures, continue with it has to be just consistently, you understand? So which means if I can be looking for point A in my front view, point A is here. Where is point B in my front view? Is still in the what? In the very same point there. And again, D is going to be here. Where is C? In the very same point. So I cannot say my point C is there. Yeah, I cannot say it's there. Because now this is now a what? A front view. This is what? It's a top view. Anyone? So after that, what do we do? After I've named all of that, remember it's always advisable to start your development where in the or right opposite of your joint. Right opposite of my joint, I've got what? I've got C and D. So now what I'm going to do, put my camera here. C and D, we are now developing. Come to have a solid line here. Go down a little bit. A solid faint line here. Then after that, what do we know? Is that when I'm going from point, for instance, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got A, B, C, D. If I'm treating point A, D, I do not have to what? To convert it to my true length, because this RM is going to give me the true length. Are we together? This RM is going to give me true length. So if I'm looking for a point A1, that's where I have to convert it to the what? To the true length. If I'm looking for point C, the distance of CD, I do not have to come to what? To my true length. Are we together? So for instance, here I said we are dealing with what? CD. Come, place your compass at D, C. Even if you can place it at C, D, it is still one and the same thing. Okay? I come to say this is C, this is D. Even if you can say C, D or D, C, still one and the same thing. So now, draw it dark. Do you see that I didn't convert it to what? To my true length. I just took, so the distance of DC is still the same as DC. I didn't convert it. Are we together? And between C, D, I've got a what? A center line. So this center line, between C, D, there is a center. Isn't it? So, which means this center, get it there. How? Place your compass at D. Further extend it to C. Like this. Do not convert it. Come to place it at D. Strike an arc there. Then from there, draw it as center. Like that. Then from there, what do we go? Come to your top view. Place your compass at D. Further extend it to point 3. Like this. Do you see? Then from there, that's where you'll be converting it. That's where you'll be converting, because now it's D3. It's from an alphabet point to a number point. If we're moving from a number to an alphabet, that's where we are converting. Then how do we convert? This is 3D or DC, still one the same thing. Then from there, come and place it at R. Mark there. and come to say this point is 3D. Yeah? After you've marked there, take your 30mm ruler, join it up, faint like this. Then after that, place your compass at this point that you just got, 2.M, like this. Now, without disturbing your compass, come and place it at D. So, which means there is what is point 3. Are we together? And double check that right from your top view, that point, the distance or the length of D3 is still the same as 3C. So which means I can come to say I've got 3D and 3C. Hey, one. So the length is still the same. That is why I'll be using the very same length to be to get the what now, the distance of C3, which means it should be like this here, like this, isn't it? And you come, you place it here. There you go. Then after that, you take your 30mm ruler, you construct them dark. Are we together? So guys, don't create so many points without constructing them. Don't plot so many points. Plot points and construct them. Plot and construct. Because the moment you construct them, they will be giving you a light on where are you going actually. Because majority of students, they will just plot points, but without constructing them, especially in perspective drawing, in engineering drawing. You see. So now let's get point what? Point 2. So we're having 3, which is this one. So let's get 2 and 4. How? Like this. Take your drawing compass, place it at point 3 to 4. 3 to 4 supposed to be the same as 3 to 2. I do not have to convert it to the true length. Remember, why? Because I'm moving from a number to a number, isn't it? Come to your development site, place it here. Be careful. Strike an arc, faint. Strike an arc, faint. All right. Then from there, because along this arc, I must get what? Point 4. Along this arc, I must get what? Point 2, isn't it? So now, come back to what? To your top view. Place it at point D. Further to point 2. And double check that the distance of D to 2 is the same as the distance of C to 4. Aibon. So come to your true length, place it at R, mark like this. Then from there, after you've marked, name it. This point is 2D and 4C. Construct it to your M point. Then after that, from here to your M, to this point that you've just got it, come, strike an arc C to 4, which means where they are bisecting each other is your point 4. D, where they are bisecting each other is your point 2. I've just got this point and this one. So this is 4 and this is 2. Construct them. Now by joining. There you go. There you go. Then 2D. Then 4-2C. Like this. Right. Then from there, which means I can erase this. I don't need it. I don't need them anymore. But as long as they are faint, even if you don't erase, you won't be penalized. Then from there, let's go. We're having what? Let's get point A and B. How? By placing your compass at C, going back to your top view, C to B. And the distance of C to B is the same as D to A. So C to B, come to your development site. Development site, strike an arc here. Strike an arc there. I hope my faint lines are clear, because I'm not having sharp lights here. Then again, come this side, strike an arc here. These arcs, they must be faint. These arcs, they must be faint. Then from there, what do we do? We've got this arc, isn't it? We've just placed our compass here, strike an arc like this, and again, C, strike an arc like this. By getting this radius from where? Right from our top view, by placing a compass at D to A and C to B. So after that, what do we do? Because now along these arcs of ours that we've just strike, along this arc, we must get point 1. And again, this we must get 0.1, because we're having 1, 2, 3, 4 right from our top view. So which means again here we're having 3, 4, we must get 0.1. So how do we get 0.1? Come back to your what? To your top view. Place a compass at 0.2 to the point that you're looking for, which is 0.1. Then from there, come to your development site. There you go, which means, do you see that they are not bisecting? Which means I have to go back to extend this arc so that they bisect each other. So come back to 0.4 again. They are not bisecting, which means I still have to come back again to extend this arc so that they bisect each other. Yes, now they do. I'm having a point there. So again, this side, I'm having a point there, which means these long arcs, I can now remove them so that my work look neat. Now, there you go. Construct them. There you go. There you go. There you go. So I'm having 1 and 1. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1. Are we together? Because there must be 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So which means again here I must have 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember this one, we can regard them as a 0 point. Remember, when you are counting, you must get what? A reference point. A reference point. So you don't, in your reference point, when you're counting, you don't start with 1, isn't it? For instance, you are calculating a perimeter. You must get a reference point. So that is why they will be like this. So they are not 5, they are actually 4. So this is the upper part. But what is happening here? What is happening here? Let's get the point of point D. Sorry, point A and B. Point A and B. C to A. Come to a development. We had them. But now, remember, we are looking forward for the bottom part now. Right? Now, place it at what? At 4 to B. 4 to B. This one, you have to convert it. Now, convert it. So you come to say, this is what? This is 4. And C4 and 2A. Construct it. Remember, you have to construct it. Then after that, from there you go. Now remember this was a what? This was a what? A 4 to B. A 4 to B. A 4, which is what we have here. A 4, which is what we have. But the point D is what we don't have. A point D is what you don't. Like my datas are running short. Let me see what to do.